Welcome to the Blunts and Brews Show. I'm your host, Sticc Hyde. We have a special guest today. Yeah, in here with Kirby, man. Kirby Lee, man. Um one of the brothers that be putting out. You definitely have a platform out here for artists and stuff. You have lanes for artists to step out here and be on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You contribute to the Arizona hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying?
That I do.
So
Swerve 360, Old Granddad, Big Butch the Lesbian, Old Brown Eye the Asshole, Walter Cronwright, Dan Rather Smoke Weed. It's my pleasure to talk to you tonight, champ. Oh, Mr. OG Sticc Hyde. I appreciate you having me on the show, and I appreciate you allowing me a place on your platform, which is a great thing in all the work that you do to contribute to the Arizona hip-hop community on a lot of levels. So it's my pleasure to sit down with you tonight.
no doubt, man. It's a pleasure to sit there with you, man, and chop it up, man. See what's going on with what you got going on new. We give everybody an update of what's going on new.
Okay.
We could talk about man, we could talk about whatever you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? As far as I know that I noticed that there's some kind of riff-raff um with you and some people right now in Arizona hip hop, as not the artists, some of the media circuit people.
Well, most people are familiar with my issues, and we don't need to keep, running that dog through the woods. But yeah,
Right.
sure. It's 3 or 4 people have an issue with me, so I have no choice but to have an issue with them. But really, I've left it all alone. I might speak my mind every now and then, and sometimes the things I say, offend people. My opinion sometimes can be offensive to people. But, I would say if you can sell salt to a snail and water to a whale, you shouldn't be worried about what Swerve 360 says about it. You could probably just proceed with your business and ignore me because I'm small potatoes to most big guys. I'm happy to be working with AZMT. I continue the Mission interview show over at AZMT. We got the AZMT Awards December 30th. The polls have hit the streets, and once again, the polls are igniting conversation and contemplation between artists, producers, videographers. Everybody wants to be recognized as a creative. And as for my detractors, as for the people that I don't get along with, I really don't watch their shows. Most of them, we've blocked each other. So for some of the drama in the city of the last couple months, I may not be up to date or aware of because I'm not paying attention, to certain entities. So pardon me if I'm unaware of certain conversations. I know there was some talk of people boycotting the AZMT Awards, which, to anybody that's been around Arizona longer than 5 minutes, that's got to sound a little fugazi.
Who is boycotting the AZMT Awards? Who said that?
I heard the superstar was trying to lead that charge.
Oh,
And
wow.
like I said, I don't follow him. I didn't get it directly from his mouth. That was word on the street. There was some issue with not being on the ballot for DJ or something. I'm not sure. I try to avoid all the drama. I'm putting that behind me. Moving forward and supporting the artists. As with the AZMT Awards, right after that, we're coming back February 4th with a great big festival at the Field Farm Field, 2 stages, huge cannabis sponsors, a lot of big AZ names, along with a lot of West Coast legends. 2 stages in that field. Once again, Iconic is bringing together another huge show. So, that's my focus right now, interviewing artists and giving them a platform on a live stage as well. I wish everybody the best. I don't have any, for the most part, people are mad at me over jokes. I haven't detained anybody's career. I haven't suppressed or oppressed anyone.
They try to put out an energy out there like you some kind of culture vulture, or you some form of
unfortunately,
lightweight racist or something.
yeah, unfortunately, race comes into play, and sometimes people don't like to hear things from certain people, or they don't even like to hear certain people talk on certain things. Um, and that's their opinion to have. That's fine. That doesn't really motivate me one way or the other, especially if I don't have any kind of relationship. An online relationship is not a real relationship. I'm old fashioned, I'm old school. So if we haven't met in person, or if we haven't probably smoked or ate broke bread, ate dinner with each other, did some kind of business together, if we don't have a real kind of relationship, then I can't let my mind entertain what everybody's mad or upset about. If the worst people can say to me is I made some jokes maybe that they didn't like or went the wrong way. Like I said, I've been total support for artists and for the majority of 90% of everybody out here. AZ embraced me and I embraced AZ, and you know so I just like to keep it moving on the positive. Yo Westwood is doing a great thing with his For the Culture movement right now.
Right,
He's
right,
pulling
right,
together
right,
a
right,
lot of
right.
the Arizona OGs into a project and presenting them in a light that's I think is going to be a great thing, a great overall look. The Thizzler event was a good thing. So hey, I'm all for everybody doing their thing. All these movements moving. Power Road, I'm still cool with Power Road. uh, I'm still cool with everybody. I don't have any beef. I'm just not as friendly as I was because sometimes it's an unfriendly game. So I'm just pulled back my
And people
friendship.
try to use your kindness against you,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because you think that some people try to play you like you just some kind of white guy.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, race comes into it. I come into the
Mhm.
culture with respect. Like I said, always wiping my feet before I come in the door, and I'm always trying to be on my best behavior. Like I said, if people didn't like a joke one way or the other, the attempt of the joke is a joke. Like I said, I haven't, I've tried to be, even to the people who may not like me. There's been times in our brief history that I've been some of the most helpful to even them. So, people could do what they want to do. I'm cool with it either way. I'm moving forward. I have a great relationship with AZMT. We've got big shows and big events planned. A lot of artists are coming through Phoenix Fridays and the Mission to get interviews. We're trying to explore, all these platforms have different goals and we're all different. That's why it's not really a competition. Uh, the Hatrix is very good at cracking jokes and following boxing, and I think he will end up specializing in the boxing. The 411 show is dealing with artists on the come up from all over the West Coast, or just internet celebrities from all over the West Coast. So that's kind of, they forged that lane. Me, I'm still focused on the artists of Arizona. I've met a lot of great artists. I've met, a lot of the artists I've interviewed, I've great relationships with. uh, I'm still looking to meet more. I'm still looking to talk to a lot of some of the OGs that I haven't really sat down with. I'm still looking to get some more of the history of the Phoenix and the Arizona, the Tucson scenes, and I just love hip hop. So I love seeing hip hop in all its forms and all the places it forms, and I think it's very distinct here in Arizona because it formed kind of on its own, along with a mix of other people from the influx of different parts of the country. So I just love this hip hop stick, and I've always got good and bad to come with it. There's always been people that you know may not like white people being involved in some capacity, whether it's rapping or nobody really ever had a problem with me DJing. At times there would be people that didn't like white rappers, or I don't,
Is
to me, that's such a, to me, that didn't come from hip hop. That didn't come from the forefathers of hip hop. That comes from people kind of outside hip hop. I've never, I've never, I've never had any disrespectful moments with any artist of a real nature. Most of the time with all artists, it's a mutual respect, real recognize real, all that. So, so that's it. I'm just trying to keep it positive, Stick.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I understand you trying to keep it positive and stuff, and that's all. That's all. That's definitely all I'm about is positive hip hop. That's why we got you on this interview and stuff. Just wanted to clear up a couple things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
Sure.
people use their platforms to try to use their influence to try to pull people down and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you an opportunity to explain yourself and you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Some people probably threw some shit out there. You know what I'm saying about you and shit. And here's the chance. You know what I'm saying. You have to give people the real and shit. The real. The
Well,
real. You know what I'm saying.
yeah,
The real
yeah. Well,
ideal
I
about
was
yourself. You know.
I was painted as a racist. I was painted as a homophobe, which anybody that knows me knows I've never been either one of those two things. But I feel like it was a slight attempt to get me out of the way, and that's cool. All is fair in love and war. People are not as
It's,
real as they like to say they
you
keep
think
it. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna keep it a
you
real. I'm
think
gonna be
it's
solid.
more like you think it was used like a strategic move, and as far as like positioning, as far as what in hip hop, the Arizona where we are, like in the Arizona hip hop media.
Well, I came up and became in view pretty quickly, and
Right, right,
I think you know I I'm not very good at being controlled. I'm So I kind of always had a problem with false authority. So
right.
when people try to run that game on me, I'm older, so I've been through the life a little bit. So when people try to run game, I recognize game a little quicker now that I'm older because I've been through it. And certain situations I had to separate myself from, you know, but or people wanted to separate themselves from me as well. It's not all my decision, but uh,
Right.
point being, I think I got a lot of looks. I got a lot of shine. I came up with what I was doing pretty quickly. The flowers and the mission. When I ran those shows,
Right. You had the flowers show and stuff. You interviewed a lot of artists too. You given a lot. You
right? And I put in a
you had
lot of
that
work in the
platform.
RTU building, and a lot of that work I put in while John Blaze was on hiatus. I think he came back and kind of wanted to fill into the format I was accomplishing. So it made sense for me to get out the way. Uh, there was a time when black media was all of us were media. We were all in group chats. We all went to meetings together. There was a certain point where all media became black media, and that, of course, hey, it may have been bigger than just getting rid of me, but I definitely think that was a part of it because obviously, I've never. People may confuse my race. I've never tried to play black. I've never acted black. I've always been who I am. There's people on Facebook that have known me since elementary school that can vouch for me. I don't need that. A lot of times they'll jump in. I'll say, no, please don't, because that's the point being, like, I am who I am, and it's always been an issue. I've always been different. If you think it's different now with all these white rappers running around now, think how different I was in 1989 or 1991. Uh, so I'm used to being different. I'm used to it. It's no problem. I'm used to certain
Did
people
you
having problems with it. It's okay.
did you grow up in a black neighborhood or something like
No,
that?
no, I did not. I did not grow up in a black neighborhood, but I did grow up, fortunately, with some black neighbors with walking distance right down the street. And
Okay.
the small town I grew up in was like a lot of small towns. If you're familiar, a lot of small towns have a bridge or have a tunnel or they have a railroad tracks. That's where the expression from the wrong side of the tracks comes from. Because a lot of these small towns, the black and white sections had a railroad track or a river or a bridge or something that ran in between them to separate them. And in my
Right.
neighborhood, my small town, it was a railroad track. A mile down the road on the other side of the railroad tracks was where the majority of black folk lived. It just so happened that one family that had a big family with a big piece of land happened to live on my side of the railroad tracks. And they became my good friends young. I mean, from kindergarten on, I went to school with all types of people. So it wasn't it wasn't a surprise. I grew up with black people. I didn't, but we were all in the suburbs. I was not in the hood, if it would be.
Right, right. Hold up. Is he still talking or did it just freeze? It just freeze?
No, I'm not frozen.
Okay, cool. I just
I'm
have to
good.
make sure.
While we're mentioning those people, the men's name that were my good friends were Anthony and Kevin Good. Kevin just passed within this past week. My friend of 45 years. So
Oh,
rest in
wow.
peace to him. Rest in power. My good friend. So but
Man, rest in peace.
yeah.
Man, that's sad, man. But at least you got 45 good ones out of him.
He was an incredible human being.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It's a special relationship to have with anybody for 45 years. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
45 years, that's a long, long time.
Yeah.
Some people don't even get to make it to be 45 years old.
Yes. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Oh, um, you came up on the East Coast, right?
Richmond, Virginia. Right at suburb of Richmond, Virginia.
Would some people consider that the East or the South?
It's definitely the East. I'm a firm believer. The Mason-Dixon line used to be more northern, but right about now, the Mason-Dixon line runs through my hometown, Richmond, Virginia, because in Northern Virginia, it's very much like DC, Maryland. It's very busy, claustrophobic, a lot of people, a lot of military. In Southern rural Virginia, it's very much like more the South, like North Carolina, South Carolina. And the music, I grew up on the northwest side of town, and we grew up listening to more East Coast boom bap, New York flavored hip hop. Whereas on the south side, they might have been more influenced by Master P, or they may have been quicker to rock
Okay.
with the
I
southern
hear you. I hear
artists
you.
because and that's just how and
So
growing
it
up in
could either go either way.
growing up in my life, the north side and south side of my city did not rock with each other. They were very different, and so they didn't even hang out with each other. They would fight and go to war with each other. It's different now. It's better. Everybody gets along better. Things aren't as serious in that way.
Right. Competitively. It's not competitive to a point where it's a grudge match.
Well, the internet's made everybody more alike, so I think the south side and north side aren't as different maybe as they used to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You
But
have
in Richmond, we had Mad Skills, we had the Ill Biscuits, we had certain artists that got on in the '90s. They were just independent or underground, didn't make a huge national splash. Then, of course, later on, D'Angelo, uh, Trey Songz from Petersburg, Chris Brown from the Beach, Missy Elliott, the
oh
Clips
wow.
from the Beach, Timberland from the Beach. So, same old story. When Teddy Riley moved to Virginia Beach, it helped out Virginia a lot.
Um excuse me, you gotta catch me. Excuse me real quick. Oh my goodness.
Take your time. Take your time, man.
Oh, yeah. Sorry today, man. I've been doing a lot of shit today. Oh, Lord Jesus. Uh you you doing the new show right now? You got a new show that you're doing for the artists right now?
Yeah, the latest post is for the February 4th event at Fear Farm. Iconic AZ is putting on another festival in the Fear Farm field. We're gonna have two stages, huge cannabis sponsors. So the event, I'm booking and I'm in charge of the AZMT live stage. We're celebrating 9 years of AZMT being in business and being in my opinion, one of the best platforms and support groups for Arizona artists. So we're celebrating 9 years of AZMT. We're going to honor Yeah, yeah. We're going to honor Kid K and Queen D and AZMT and everybody that's worked for them in the past, and show love to a true organization that I believe is one of the best, and that's why I've chosen to align myself and work with them. So we've already got about 30 artists signed on to rock. We're going to open up and have another set of booking.
Wow, you
We're going
guys
to
are
have
gonna
all
have
day. I mean,
30 artists performing. 30 artists are gonna
we're
perform.
gonna have a rap battle. We're gonna have three DJs, DJ Rich Cole, DJ Dos Muchos are gonna be rocking the set. I'm gonna be hosting and probably DJing as well. We're gonna have a lot. I mean, I don't want to announce people that haven't been announced, but I mean, Vonnie G, Six Keys, Marley Park, Cisco, excuse me, the Phoenix the Dog. It's just gonna be. It's too many to name. You got to check the flyers. Just too
Right,
many.
right, 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 right.
Ashley Phoenix. Just a ton of
It's
artists out there in that field. So it's gonna be. We're gonna have two great stages. The West Coast OGs are gonna be coming to the AZMT live stage to visit us and address the crowd as well. We're gonna have thousands of people in that field. It's gonna be a true festival experience here in AZ. We're doing that February 4th at Fear Farm, and that's in Glendale,
February 4th.
99th,
What?
99th Ave, Glendale. So
Okay.
that's the big event that I'm booking right now, Stick. And we'd love to have you come out and do something as well if you're willing to. I'll get you some time.
Oh man, I'm down. I'm down, man. I love to be part of something like that.
Yeah, we're just trying to, man. And, I want to be clear. This is not, you hear the 30 artists, you say, oh, man, that's how they're paying for the show. None of these artists, you can go message them on Facebook. None of these artists are paying for a slot. In fact, they're all getting a
Oh
gift
man,
bag.
hold on. Let me get to you
Not
real
one
quick.
artist is
I,
paying
I,
for a slot.
I don't never get into nobody business, pocket watching, counting niggas money,
Good.
yeah, we not getting into shit like that, man. When we
Okay.
out here counting people money now, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
good.
It's
If you're not
gotta be
doing
a
it, I would
certain
say less.
level of integrity we gotta have as hustlers, as people that's doing mutual
Mhm.
business. Where we ain't out here pocket watching and counting people money and put people money out there on blast a certain type
Mhm.
of way. You know what I'm saying? We can't be doing that, man.
Well, these artists are donating their time, their skill, their soul, their music to come and celebrate AZMT with us. And that's the focus. That's what I want the people to know.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. Are there any open slots available for any artists that might be trailing? Just barely finding out about this.
We ended our first wave of booking, but in a week to 10 days, we will be booking another group of artists. Um, we do have some time left, but we're not gonna have artists performing at 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The actual performances aren't gonna start till 3 to 4 o'clock. So we have some time. We don't have a tremendous amount of time, but we will be opening up booking again, and people can uh, DM me, Lee Kirby, on Facebook to contact me. You all right? Everything okay? Okay,
Yeah.
you can come ask me a question. What do you need? Um, you want to say hello to Mr. Stick?
What's up with it, man?
How many what? Minutes has it been? It's almost 8 o'clock. You can hang out a little while longer and play iPad, okay?
No, how much minutes?
How much longer can you play iPad?
No, how much minutes?
It's been 35 minutes.
We should start going upstairs.
In a minute. Give me about 10 or 15 more minutes, okay? He's ready to go to bed. It's a school night.
Yeah.
My wife's out of town, so it's all on me. So a lot of people out there deal with that every day. I'm not looking for respect to all the single moms and dads. It's a whole nother world. I'm happy it's just for a few days.
Man, let's talk about fatherhood, man. How important is that? How much is that part of your motivation? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's my number one thing. It's my number one thing. I work from home so that I can be the one to raise my son. It's been very important in my life to be the main um, support system for my son, that when he has questions or looks to the world, that it's me he's looking to. Um, and I've been fortunate and blessed to be able, with my work situation, to do that, to be in that situation. Um, Being a father has made, being a stepfather and then a father with my own son. They're both my sons. Um,
Right.
my stepson's father has passed. So, in respect to his father, he likes us to stay stepson and stepfather, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's real.
He doesn't ever want to. He doesn't ever want to lose the memory or let anybody forget about his father. So,
Right.
so
You
that's
don't
why I
want nobody
know
to
in
try to
some
steal that shit.
communities, I know we don't say stepson or stepfather. Once they family, and that's the way I feel in my heart. But in respect to his father, we still say stepson and stepfather. I just wanted to
Right.
explain that. So
No, that I
it's not a
understand.
slight to him. It's in respect to his father who's fallen.
Yes, sir.
Um,
I understand. That's all. That's all good. That's respect. That's respect,
Being a
right?
stepfather is incredibly hard. Peace and love and respect to all the stepfathers in the world. If you're helping raise, under any circumstance, you're helping raise somebody else's child, that's a wonderful thing. And it's not always easy. So respect to the stepfathers. And being a father when it is your child is not always much easier, but it's the best thing I've ever done, being a stepfather and a father. Part of me wishes I had done it sooner because of the valuable lessons it taught me, but I was
Right.
selfish. I wanted to be an entertainer, so I held off on having kids until I was later in life. But again, if you want to wait, you can wait. As a man, we have that luxury. You can wait. You don't have to do it all in your 20s.
Right.
You don't have to do
You
everything.
don't get pregnant. Men don't get pregnant, but we
Yeah, but
carry the seed.
then nowadays, you know, for the older generations, they can move 10 minutes away and escape being a father, but in some way of shape or form, you could be a father today. So you might as well man up and do it the right way, is the way I look at it.
Man, why not? Why not?
It's after I had a son, it's hard to believe the people that can neglect their children. I know different circumstances in life lead you a different way.
Right. It's crazy. How could you
Right,
not love something that's made of you? That's yours. That's, you know what I'm saying. That's,
right.
like, this is part of your legacy. Your
Yeah,
kids is part of your legacy.
yeah, best believe it, in more ways than one. And yeah, I don't, I mean, it must be people that don't love themselves. Maybe I'm vain. I love myself. And when I look at my son, I see a little me. And that most of the time makes me want to do better and do the best I can for him. And, because like you said, he's my legacy. He's my,
Right.
he might have to protect the old dad one day. I had him late in life. He might have to look out for pops one day, throw the 1-2 on somebody or something, but hopefully not, but
Or
I
he just
enjoy
might.
raising. I enjoy
Or it
being
might.
there for my sons, man. I enjoy, and that's my number one focus. People wonder if I'm not out at an event, if I'm not doing as much broadcasting, or if I'm not dropping as much content as it's because my family and my son comes first every time, all the time.
Yeah. Or he might be. He might be there to put the diapers on you, but.
Some of these people that don't like me having a hard time with that. You'll never see Swerve having a hard time. You'll never see Swerve online having a hard time being number one for my family. You'll never hear a Swerve family not digging him, like not loving him. You'll never hear a Swerve family not knowing that he's the number one for them. You'll never
Right.
hear that. And I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about nobody else. So don't confuse it. I'm
Right.
saying,
No, I already know. That's why you
yeah,
said you speak in the third person.
no, it's
Okay.
you
It said this Swerve.
you're not, and especially you're not, if you see me DJing a party, if you see me dropping an interview, if you see me making a funny little clip about baking pies or something, just know the family's already been fed. The family's already been taken care of. The clothes is already washed. The bills is already paid. Everything else is good. Because if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't see me on the internet.
Right. I hear you.
You know, it's number one. That's it. Every time.
Man, it's a blessing, man. It definitely is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about what do you think about this new class of hip hop right now? What do you think about the new have you seen
Yeah,
the freshman class? Have you seen that?
I know. I'm familiar with about
That,
half
that
of those artists.
I know if you're I don't know if you're black or not, if you ever seen him posters or not, because you know he's a blocker. We got a blocker on it on
Yeah,
our
yeah. Well, to be honest, my life has been my blood pressure, my heart rate, my oxygen levels, everything has just been so wonderful since I blocked like 4 or 5 people. But peace and love to them and respect to the gods and the earths, peace and love to them. Um, I'm familiar with about half of the freshman class, but to be honest, I'm old. I'm an older man. I'm old and washed, so I'm not supposed to. They're not for me. I enjoy hip hop in all its formats. I like the new hip hop. I like it
yes,
when
yes,
people, I like it when people take the time to technically make it sound good and put their heart
yes.
into something. I can recognize that it may not be for me, and I might not ride around listening to it all day. But if people want it in the club, I'm gonna play it for them. And I like hip hop in all its forms. If you laid out 5 songs, I can tell you the 2 or 3 I like the best and why. But I'm older. It might not align with what the youth is into. So I
It's
really,
all good.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sticc. I'm uncomfortable with drill music.
I understand. Um,
People like to throw around the word. People like to paint me as the racist, but I can't even. As detrimental as drill music is to the black community, it's hard for me to even enjoy it or support it. In my day, when music was destructive or violent, it was us against them. It was us against the police, or us against the government, or us against the
fight
powers
the
that be.
power.
It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't us against us. It certainly wasn't hip hop against hip hop. Even if we had problems with certain black people in the community, like C. Dolores Tucker, that call that music thug music, or even if we had problems with certain white people, like Al Gore's wife, that wanted to put warning labels on hip hop, it was never hip hop against hip hop. It was never us versus us, and to me, that's a big difference these days. So I don't know.
Right, right, right. I hear you. I hear you.
It's hard for me to support drill. And at the same time, when I go to get my sub sandwich at Safeway and the Asian lady is working, I have a hard time asking for white American cheese. I feel a bit racist when I ask for the white American cheese. So I'm weird like that.
Why you feel like you? Why would you feel racist for asking for the white American cheese?
I don't know, because I like
Because it
white
seems,
American, because I
does
feel it's a little wrong to like white American cheese better,
Well,
but I
does it
do.
seem? Does it
But I
seem like?
do.
Does it make you feel real white? Just like it
I just feel like it sounds even though like it's no
sounds
racism at
white.
all, it just sounds bad. It sounds bad. It sounds bad. So that's why I
I
know
want
I'm a little.
the real American cheese.
Yeah, right. Make cheese great again on my sandwich. It just sounds bad. I don't like the way it sounds.
I
That shows
like American cheese though. I'm
right.
American cheese lover. I'm one of them niggas who like American cheese on my shit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a little woke like that. I don't like asking for the white American cheese.
You
And I
know, on the East Coast, a lot of a lot of the brothers on the East Coast, they like the white cheese. You know what I'm saying? I I like the yellow cheese. I'm from Arizona. I like yellow
yeah.
cheese.
I had to get the cheddar the other day. The cheddar cheese is the regular yellow. It was fine. I enjoyed it. It was wonderful. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, we can make jokes about colors and race and all that, and hopefully we can make jokes and keep it where it should be on another level. We're old enough now. We should all know we're human beings and good human beings, bad human beings, or just human beings acting bad, however you want to look at it. But I look towards the similarities in people. I always have. So I think people are much more similar than they are different. Um, other than you, you're definitely one of a kind, OG. Since I first saw you doing your lives on Facebook, you've been an extremely entertaining personality to me, and I'm glad that you're pursuing your broadcasting and the interviews and the different shows, because to me, I think you have a unique take on and a perspective on things, and you're just an entertaining person to listen to when you get fired up about things. I think it's very entertaining.
Yeah,
But,
they find a way to bring it out of me.
you had the quote of 2022, I think, with the I am Dorinda, right? Was it anyway? That was man, that was powerful to me. I really enjoyed that. But anyway, it seems like everybody's getting along fine. All the dust is settled. So let's just move forward and support these Arizona artists. Merck's is doing big things. Merkham's is doing big things. Big Doobie is making big moves. Smokey Dollar has moved on to the FM dial. 98.9's playing him. I mean, 98.3's playing him now. So I think, people are starting to recognize the artists that continue to put in work, and hopefully we can move past their minor disagreements and support these artists, and get somebody to a bigger platform, and we can all celebrate Arizona. That's my goal. I hope at the AZMT Awards, everybody can come out and be recognized, and we can celebrate and have a drink and toast together. I certainly am entertained, have been entertained by the Hatrix. He called and broke up with me. I didn't even know we was going together, but he called and broke up with me. So,
broke up with a bunch of niggas, man.
Interesting things happen. I've never been broken up with by a man in life before, but that happened to me, so it's an experience. But certainly I'm entertained by the events RTU puts on. Certainly John Blaze is a great DJ. Certainly, everybody's doing their best and trying to contribute to the Arizona landscape. So,
man, everybody got their part, man. Everybody got their part to put in and shit. Everybody just got to put in their work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like everybody's job is different, and the way you work is different than everybody work. You know what I'm saying? We can't be all moving and doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not. Definitely. And we're not. Everybody's personalities are different. I think I'm not from here. I think I bring a different perspective than people like you who are from here or have been here longer.
Right.
So, it's just we're all different. It's all good. I've got, I'm definitely I think it's enough broadcast space for everybody out here. And now, like I said, the dust is settled and everybody's kind of where they're at, doing their thing, and we can all move and do what we want to do. Independently of each other. Everybody's doing fine.
There's enough for everybody, man. We just gotta motherfucker bring this shit together. Who would you say is your top 5 right now in Arizona right now?
Oh, they love a list. You're trying to get shit started.
I ain't gonna say a list. Let's just say top tier.
My top. I really I think it goes without saying Merkham's has been making the most moves. I think right under him is Big Doobie, who he gets credited as somebody from Detroit, but he literally went to high school here. So I think we need to rearrange the rules a little bit. I think if you went to high school here,
you pretty much from here. Because
if you went to high school here, I think we got to give him a pass on the.
Became a man here,
right? And he's got a lot of roots here. He just started going after the hip hop hard in the last year, and I think he's made a huge improvement and movement in the last year. So Big Doobie, Merkham's, of course, everybody knows that. Big Doobie. I like Tay the Crown from Toast to the Gifted is their group. Tay the Crown did a great song with J-Ro from the Alcoholics, had Ice-T in the video cameoing. He's been moving and shaking with some of the West Coast OGs and legends, and I just personally like his music. Right under him, Smokey Dollar. Smokey Dollar is someone we've become associates, if not friends. We've become cool. We both face some of the same adversaries. But what I like about Smokey is through his persistence, his music, and his personality, he's starting to wear down the haters. He's starting to wear down the resistance. Like I said, they just started playing him on the Beat Locker show. So he's touching base with the OGs and the big names in the city, and he's his work ethic and his amount of music he's putting out is kind of wearing down the detractors, and I appreciate that kind of work ethic. So Merkham's, Big Doobie, Tay the Crown, Smokey Dollar. If I had to go one more, I really like Alita Beta. I really like her energy. She in the last year or two, she's been new to me. I don't know how long she's been doing it, but she's consistently positive. She always shows up. She raps incredibly well. No help needed. Represents the females well. Represents everybody she's representing well. So that would be my five. Of course, you know, I love a lot of artists, man. You know, Denzel Davis, Bonnie G, that whole team.
Right.
Park and Six Keys have got a crazy song called Elevate that I'm in love with. It's a lot of people, man. Come on, you want to come sit with me?
What you think about the growth of the battle scene?
Is it 8:30?
Yeah, we're going up in 2 minutes. No, it's only 10 after 8. Give me 5 minutes.
What you think about the growth in the battle scene in Arizona hip hop right now?
Can we go upstairs in
3 minutes.
Okay.
Just give me 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, let me wrap it up in 3 minutes. The growth in the battle scene is incredible. I'm a huge battle rap fan. I used to do battle rap reviews, and my hometown, Richmond, has a direct tie-in with URL, the biggest rap battle league in the world. Rum Nitty is incredible. I was a fan of his before I came here. I think it's incredible that he's from here and that he's in the city and that he works and reaches out with people. B Magic has been around lately. I'm a big fan of B Magic, another great URL and battle rapper. He's battle rapped on K Dot, many different platforms as well. I've always liked Marley Park. Push Your Luck has come up incredibly in the last year in the online social media and the battle rap scene. They've got real events going on here. They've got great looking events. Push Your Luck's latest battle looked and sounded incredible. He got a W. The gentleman 65 hands from 65th Street. He choked pretty bad in 2 rounds, so he didn't, he forfeited the battle.
Right.
But man, the battle rap is another whole lane here that's incredible. And with Rum Nitty in the city, there's a direct tie to URL. The people consider him top 5 pin in the world. So that's what you got.
Right.
And I know you're a supporter and a fan and probably a friend of Rum Nitty. You can tell him I said that's validated across the world on all platforms with everybody who follows battle rap. Rum Nitty top 5 pin in the world, no doubt, in the world. Yeah. And that says a lot because battle rap exploded over the last 10 years. It became a worldwide phenomenon and at times was even equaling the passion and the strength of regular industry rap music. The views that battle rap gets and the money that artists are paid to battle rap rivals the attention and the money that industry rappers get. So battle rap has become a huge phenomenon around the world. I think it's executed well in the Phoenix area, and I think having Rum Nitty here is just a blessing. It's a direct tie to the industry. People always want to have a tie to the industry. Now, let me correct that. You can't run up on Rum Nitty and want to get into the industry. But the point is, if you make a splash here, he could see you retweet it, and the next thing you know, Smack URL is tweeting or watching your battle because he takes the word of Rum Nitty seriously, and Rum Nitty is here in Arizona watching battles. So,
Rum Nitty had put together his own that lead that Push Your Luck rapped in. That's Rum Nitty's lead right now. That he's doing that. He's creating that. So there's like a bridge for the Arizona battle rappers to eventually get to the URL.
And that's a wonderful thing. That's a blessing. Shout out to my good friend Rob, BC Music First, shot the video for that battle. And he shoots footage and does video editing and videography for the URL. And for my friend's battle leagues back in Richmond, he's from Richmond. We were in a rap group, still are in a rap group, even though none of us rap much anymore. But peace to him. He shot that video. He videotaped that battle and edited the footage. Rob BC Music First, my homie. So yeah, the connection is strong, and battle rap still has a lot of potential for growth. It still has a lot of international attention. I think battle rap kind of dropped the bag when the industry battle rappers didn't do well. If the industry battle rappers would have done better and brought more industry battle rappers or more industry rappers into the battle rap arena, you could have seen bigger pay-per-views, bigger payouts, bigger crowds. I think there's a lot of people that would love to see Redman battle somebody, or love to see, who knows, Crooked Eye.
Rum Nitty's about to be battling Bill Collector pretty soon in Phoenix.
That'll be great. I'd love to show up and see that. I'm a fan of Bill Collector from the Philadelphia area. He's always interesting, and I don't think he's prepared for Rum Nitty. I would definitely give Rum Nitty a 2-1 if I were to call that battle ahead of time.
Yeah, it's gonna be downtown at the Monarch Theater. It's gonna be on the 19th of November 19th, I believe.
Okay, I'll be in town. I'm gonna try to see that right before Thanksgiving, November 19th at the Monarch. I'd love to see it.
I'm in there too.
Yeah. Well, salute to Rum Nitty and his battle league. I'm sure that's why everything looked and sounded so good with that battle. I'm looking forward to everything they got coming with that, and I love to see these young lions get in that ring, and battle it out. It's hip hop. That's hip hop.
Yeah, it's hip hop, man. Yeah, it's good for the culture. It's good for the culture, and it gives the young artists that don't have that experience a chance to get some more experience. You know what I'm saying? You're only as good as many times that you fight. It's like a fighter.
Exactly.
You're only as good as many times as you actually in combat.
When are you getting back in the ring, champ?
Man, ain't nobody. Man, they don't want to fight, man. I'm going to leave that shit alone, man. They don't want to fight me, man. They don't want to fight.
I get it. It's tough. I get it.
I show too much video out there, man. You got to show bloopers, man. You can't be showing them what you really do.
Yeah, look too good. Look too good for them. Scared them off.
Hey, man.
I get it.
I give them some kind of. They gotta give them a chance of hope.
With all due apologies, I need to go. I got to put this boy in the bed. It's a school day tomorrow, and we got to get down for the night. We got to read a couple books and go to bed. I appreciate the talk. Let me talk. I appreciate your platform. Just remember, everybody, I'm keeping it positive. It's all hope and jokes with me. Have a good night. Thank you for having me on, and peace and blessings to Soundbox 360, Blunts and Brews Show, and everybody watching. Peace and love.
No doubt, love, man. Peace out to you, man, and much love to everything that you're doing. Thank you for coming on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm y'all host, man, Sticc Hyde, man. We about to sign the fuck out. One love.
Peace and love. I'm out.